What's going on, guys? Out today and fixing to do a little bit of maintenance on the truck. Guys, y'all have always heard me preach about saving money, doing things yourself if you can. If you're unable to because of disability reasons or things of that nature, then that's understandable, guys, to take your vehicle in somewhere and have them do it. I've heard a lot of people say that, well, hey, it's just cheaper to take it somewhere and let them do it. And my experience has never been that case. I can do it cheaper myself. Now, if you have a plan on your vehicle, say whenever you bought it and they included like so many oil changes or whatever, yeah, by all means go and do that and take advantage of that. So but if you don't have that, then I mean, I hate to put it bluntly, but I mean, there's no excuse why you can't do it yourself. I'm sorry, but I mean, unless you just have the money to spend, then I mean, that's your own personal business. But if you're out here trying to save money, but yet you're going and taking your truck to a shop or somewhere like that and have them do it, guys, there's no sense in it. I mean, if you're complaining about you ain't got no money or trying to save you money, do it yourself. It's not that hard. I mean, it's not like you're rebuilding the motor. The only thing you're doing, guys, is just crawling up underneath the truck, unscrewing a plug, unscrewing your filter, and screwing it back on and putting oil in it. I mean, it's not that hard. So, over here watching my dog, my German Shepherd Malinois mix, which is the male, is over there on the back side of my other German Shepherd, which is a female, my search and rescue dog. So y'all can sort of tell what that might lead up to. So far, I need to get one of them fixed, or both of them or something, but they so far in the years, she has always kept him off. She just didn't want no part of it, and I'm glad, because I really don't want no puppies. In a way, I wouldn't mind having a puppy, because I think that'd be some pretty dogs, but I ain't got the time, and I just don't want to deal with puppies. I've dealt with them before on numerous occasions, and I just don't want to deal with them. But anyway, getting back to the truck, guys, this is a 2012 Chevy Silverado 3500 HD dually. I don't guess the dually makes a difference, but 6.6 liter Duramax diesel, and we're going to be changing the oil, and it looks like it is fixing to rain, so that sucks. I may have to put everything up real quick and come back and do it later. Actually, that's what I may do. Go ahead and put things up so that way, in case it does start raining hard, then I ain't got to be rushing around trying to put stuff up. But all right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so it sort of slacked off just a little bit, so I'm gonna try to get this done before it starts back. But anyway, I use Rotella 1540 oil, and my filters I use Baldwin. Depending on where I can get them, sometimes I get them at my local Truck Pro, sometimes I get them off Amazon. And guys, I will leave a link in the description of everything I use. If I can find on there the tools they use, I'll leave that, and the filters, I'll leave that too. But what we're gonna be doing today is changing oil filter, fuel filter, and then also the spin-on transmission filter. I haven't done that. I haven't changed that one in a while. Used to, I would change the oil and oil filter, and then every other oil change I would change the fuel filter. I've gotten to where I just go ahead and change them both at the same time. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but just a peace of mind, because I don't know if it's a faulty wiring or something like that, but within a couple 100 miles after I change my fuel filter, I get a light up saying it's changed fuel filter. I know it's good. I know I don't have any junk in my fuel tank because y'all seen a video here a long time ago where I dropped the fuel tank and cleaned out the strainer and all that stuff. I just go ahead and do it then. I'm probably fixing to get into a habit of changing the spin-on transmission filter every oil change also. I used to change my oil about every 5,000 miles until I started doing RV transport. Guys, those of you know that do this kind of work, hot shot, whatever, you know, them 5,000 miles rack up. I mean, you could be doing an oil change every 2 weeks. So I've sort of upped that to somewhere around about 10. I try not to go over 10,000. So anyway, we're gonna fix to get to it. The plug on the oil pan takes a 5/8 on my truck, and then so I'll show you the part numbers and everything to the fuel filters whenever we get ready to do that. So I'm gonna try to set y'all up, and I know changing oils is supposed to be self-explanatory, but guys, you never know in this day of time. So anyway, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so looks like it's trying to start raining again, so we're gonna try to get this done. Hopefully y'all can see this. So put that on there, and I'll just give it a little bump, get it loose, and just pull your oil pan back. That way hopefully it don't go all over me. I may should have pulled it back a little bit more, but maybe that'll work. Guys, whenever I do this, you can do it if you want to. I always try to get the engine a little warm. Yeah. It almost missed out. There we go. I got a little bit on the ground. Guys, I done this back in 10,000 miles ago roughly, and also I'm trying to think when I changed it. I want to say it was November, end of October, 1st of November, whenever I changed it. It was right before I went back doing RV transport. So anyway, we'll let that drain, and then we'll get back over here and we'll take the filter out. All right, guys, she's still peeing, but anyway, hopefully I got enough room to where it catches both of them. But I just take these little adjustable oil filter wrench and basically adjust two different sizes. You can get the one that actually wraps around the whole thing. I don't have one big enough for this filter. The one I have is like for a regular pickup or for this transmission spin-on filter. But my oil filter is right up there where I'm pointing my finger. So I've already gotten it loose, so I'm just got it hand tight. So now I'm gonna loosen that up, let it pour down in there a little bit. That way I don't make a big mess. There we go. I just turn that up there like that. And just let that finish peeing, and we'll be back. Alright guys, also what I do is I could get up underneath there without putting no ramps. It's tight, but I can do it. But I just prefer to put it up on ramps. It gives me a little bit more clearance underneath. You can use a jack if you don't have ramps. If you use a jack, guys, be sure to use a jack stand, and so that way in case that jack gives out or the jack shifts or something like that, so that way the truck don't fall on you. And also, with that being said, guys, if you're out here doing this by yourself and nobody's around, call somebody, call a friend, family member, somebody, preferably somebody that's close by, and tell them what you're doing. Say, hey man, I'm fixing to change the oil on my truck. I'm gonna be up underneath it. If you don't hear from me or check on me, say 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever like that, just say, hey, if I don't send you a text or something like that, respond back, then hey, call me and check on me. If you don't get me, then come over here and check on me. So that way, if God forbid the truck fell on you, then at least somebody knows what's going on, and then you ain't stuck out here all day, end up dying because truck fell on you. And because guys, this truck ain't light. So just keep stuff like that in mind. Also, what I do is I take my oil cap off. It just helps it sort of drain a little bit better, faster. So I am fixing to actually, because it's starting to rain again, and I'm gonna put that back on because pretty much the oil is gonna stop, because I don't want no rain, water, or anything like that getting down in there. But anyway, guys, I put my stuff up, so I'm fixing to walk over here to the shed and show you what filter I use. So again, 2012 Chevy Silverado 3500, 6.6 liter Duramax. I use a Baldwin filter. The number is B1441. I will leave a link of that in the description, and if you want to go check it out, you can. Guys, I also use every oil change. I get this Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer. I also add that in there because I've just always done it, always had good luck, never had any problems. This motor has about 288,000 miles on it. Fuel filter, same thing, a Baldwin, BF46062. Leave a link to that. This is the one that has the plug for the water separator, and you can drain it or whatever like that. I'll show you how to take that off and put it back on. I'm probably about ready for a new one. I went going to try to get filters the other day. They didn't have the Baldwins, and they had a Donaldson. I did not get it. I just didn't like it. It was just a plain filter, just like your oil filter. It did not have this piece right here. There's a wire that goes to it, but the wire has always been cut to it, and that may be the reason I'm getting that code after a couple hundred miles. I don't know, but I've never hooked it back up or tried to replace it. So anyway, this is the fuel filter. I'll be changing that, and I will show you here in just a minute the spin-on transmission filter. I just took that out, or I'd loosened it up. It's still on. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna try to start changing that every oil change. It's probably been a year since I've changed that, which is no excuse, but it was on there tight. And so take this oil filter out. I'm gonna show you something. Those of you that don't know, you should. But whenever you're got the oil filter wrench on and you're taking the filter off, put the wrench down here on the bottom. That's the strongest part. Do not put it in the center, because you will crush it. And especially if it's on there tight and been on there for a while and you can't get it off, you'll crush it, and then you're gonna be stuck trying to get that thing off. Put it down here at the bottom. That's the strongest part of the filter. But like I said, the transmission filter, that thing was on there tight. I had to squeeze down really, really hard to get that done. All right, oil, Shell Rotella 15W40. I got this off Walmart, or at Walmart. That's the cheapest place that I've found it. I haven't really checked to see if I can get any cheaper on Amazon. I might check and see. But they did not have, I used to get them in the 2.5 gallon jugs. They didn't have that. They didn't even have the gallon ones. So same thing as last time. This was the only one I could find. I think it's 3 gallons. See if I can find it on here somewhere. Yeah, 12 quarts, that'll be 3 gallons. Basically, I just use my old jug and put it on here. Comes in a bag, so be sure you don't puncture that. And just open it up. Put your jug up under the spout, and just open it up. Let it fill the jug up. Close it off. Then if you have 2 jugs, you go and fill both of them up or whatever. This vehicle takes, I think it's 10 quarts. So that 2.5 gallon, it worked out great. So usually I put the Lucas in first, and then I usually put about 9 quarts. But I don't, did I say gallons a while ago? I'm sorry, 10 gallons. I don't know what I'm thinking. 10 quarts. So guys, I did make that mistake one time. I was changing the oil on my cab over, and then it takes 10 gallons of oil. Then I immediately went and changed the oil on my dually, and I wasn't paying attention. And man, I was just putting oil in, just kept putting oil in it. And then finally it started overflowing out the fill. I was like, what the crap? And then I realized what I'd done. I was trying to put 10 gallons instead of 10 quarts in there. So I had to drain all that oil out, or most of it, and till I got back down to where it's supposed to be. But I mean, that was a lot of wasted oil. But anyway, so yeah, use that. Guys, I have been thinking about switching over to, a friend of mine said that I would get, my truck would run better. I would get better, it wouldn't smoke as much, which it hadn't really been smoking that much, whenever I get on it, blowing that black smoke. But, I've heard a lot of people say that Delo, oil is good. I've been thinking about switching over it. I'm not really a big fan of switching, changing an oil brand whenever I've been running that all along. But guys, y'all leave me a link in the comment. Y'all had any, leave me a comment if y'all have ever had any dealings with switching from Rotella over to Delo, or vice versa. Give me your feedback on it. Let me know which one you think's better. Like I said, I've been thinking about it. I'm not real sure yet. But anyway, so we're fixing to get ready to do this. Basically what I do on the oil filter, I just take the oil, I fill up the inside. Now if it's mounted sideways, you might not be able to do that too much, because it'll leak out unless you're real quick. But mine's straight up and down, so I always fill my filter up with oil. Then you can do it with this oil. I always take the old oil and I just wet the seal. And then I get it hand tight, as tight as I can with my hand, and then I give it just a little bit of turn with the oil filter wrench. You don't want to over tighten it, because then you're going to squish that seal and then it's going to leak. So be sure you don't get it over tightened. Be sure whenever you change your filter, make sure this seal is still on there. Make sure it didn't stick to the housing area, and now you're putting a seal on top of a seal. So make sure that comes off too. So if we can do that, oil should be draining, or finished draining. So let's see here. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the transmission filter. All right guys, here's my filter. Normally I don't like changing brands. I like sticking with something that I know I've always had good luck with, which is Baldwin. They didn't have them, and they couldn't get them for the transmission spin-on filter. That's what I got on there now. But so I'm gonna have to, next time I try to get some and can get them, I'm gonna stock up on a couple. But this is a Donaldson. I've heard it's a good brand, but I prefer Baldwin. Number on it is P550606. And so we're gonna get up underneath there and change it. I do the same thing. I fill it up. I don't know, I probably can't, because I don't think I get any transmission filter or fluid. I might, if I can find some. But anyway, I can't remember. Somebody told me there was a magnet in there, and so be sure that magnet comes out, and do that. I do the same thing. I wet the seal with more transmission fluid, and I can't remember neither whenever I took that off if I lost a lot of transmission fluid. I can't remember. So I'm gonna try to do this pretty quick. So we're gonna set y'all up. Alright guys, so I think it's recording. Yeah, alright. So, alright, I've already gotten it loose. Get this out of the way. You're gonna lose a little bit, maybe not too much. I've already filled my other filter. I found some transmission fluid, so I've already changed it. Take this off. Alright, let's see if I can find it. Yep, there's that magnet. So, take that magnet, just inspect it and make sure there's some gunk on it, but I'll be right back. Well, hold on, I got a rag right here. So, transmission fluid's clean, guys. I don't know if it's ever been changed. I haven't never changed it, but like I said, it's still clean. There's just some gunk on here, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it next time I change it and see if that gunk's on there. If it is, I may go ahead and change the transmission fluid. I've always heard bad things about flushing, so I'm not going to ever flush it unless I just absolutely have to, but I may change it. So it's starting to rain, and sit there right there. Get underneath there. I'm going to clean off around it. Maybe my whole head ain't in the way. So, alright. So, put that magnet back up there. Like I said, guys, I've already filled my filter up. Just stick it up there and screw her back on. I may have to get me a clean rag. Basically, guys, like I said, I just get it hand tight. Don't get carried away. And I'll just take my wrench and I just snug it up just a little bit, not too much. But I like that. I'll do the same thing on my filter, my oil filter. So, alright, maybe I didn't shake out too much. Alright, so that's pretty much, oil's pretty much done. Clean up around there. Put my plug back in. Gotta hurry this up, guys. It's starting to rain a little bit more. Alright. Thing's pretty much finished draining, so I'll get that out of the way. Maybe I'm not in the way, guys. So. So don't get it over carried away with this neither. I just get it a little tight. I give a couple little bumps, and that's it. And then get my rag here. Actually, guys, this filter, I think it is a little sideways, so I'll fill it up a little bit. Just clean up around it. Guys, also what I like to do, anytime after you get done putting your filter on, your
plug back in, stuff like that. Anything that where oil may have got on the frame or something like that, guys, clean that off too. So that way, whenever you put your new one on, then you can tell whether or not if there's any oil right there, say like right there, and clean that up. Or like say if it was on the frame, or that, like cross member. So that way, whenever you put your oil and stuff back in, if you see any more oil right there or right there, then you know that something's leaking. So clean all that stuff up. Let's see, get a clean part of my rag here. Clean my filter up, my transmission filter, best I can. Alright, got that done. Alright, let me go get my oil filter and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so yep, I better knock y'all on too much. My head hit the camera. So take my rag, clean that up again. Alright, I've already filled the filter up. You can see I got a little bit of oil in there, maybe can. I've already got the old oil out, so I'm just going to use this new oil. To get the oil on my finger, wrap it around the seal. And like I said, I filled this up. This thing's at a little bit of angle, so gotta be a little quick. And apparently I'm not on there good enough. There we go. Alright. Got me a nice clean rag. Just grab it right there, get some grip on it. Get it hand tight as much as I can. Adjust my wire pliers back out. Like I said, guys, I don't get over carried away. I just, let's see. There we go. I just give it just a little bit of turn. Not too much. You don't want to squish that seal, get over carried away. Guys, hand tight, if you can get it like, no, I'm not talking about just spinning on there until it tightens up. I'm talking about get it on there and then crank down with just your hand, guys. That will be good enough. It's time the pressure builds up on it, it gets heated up, it's going to seal. So I just like just to give it that just a little bit more. So guys, also what you can do, of course I keep a log of every time I change my oil and do a service on the truck. But what you can also do is you can take like a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and if you want to write the date on the filter whenever you changed it, then you can do that. That would probably be good, say like if one time you changed it yourself, and say the next time you decided to take it somewhere and change it, well, if you got a date on it and your initials or something like that, then hey, you know whether or not they actually changed it or not. That's the reason, guys, I like doing stuff myself, because I know it's done right. If anything messes up, then the only person I can blame is myself. If I take it somewhere, then sometimes you don't know whether they actually done it or not. I've had a lot of horror stories happen to me. Taking something somewhere, and you're supposed to, in your oil change, you're supposed to be, get a grease job. Well, come back out, they didn't grease nothing. And I went back in there and they said, well, it's a newer truck, it don't really need it. No, that don't matter, guys. it doesn't matter whether it needs it or not. I'm paying you to do a job. I expect you to do it. I've had a couple of situations where I have taken it somewhere and had the oil change, and then I get home and I'm leaking oil. And one time I was fixing to get ready to move to Virginia, and I just got through just got back from getting my oil changed. Got back home, finished packing up the trailer, and was fixing to get it in the truck and go. And I noticed a big old puddle of oil up underneath the truck. They didn't tighten my plug down all the way. So I just like to do it myself. That way I know it's done right. All right, so that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. So everything's good. Everything's cleaned up. So, all right, we're finna climb out of here. All right, guys, what I also like to do, a lot of people don't do this. I do. I like taking care of my stuff. And it's raining, so I'm trying to hurry this up. Let's take a rag. Guys, clean your tools up. Take care of your stuff. Get all that oil and stuff off there. All right. All right, guys, so now take my Lucas oil stabilizer. Take that little and get my knife out. The way I pull that little string out so it don't go down in my motor. Alright, do this without slipping on this ladder. So I put this in there first. Now just turn it up, put it in there. I just squeeze it in there. You guys, this stuff stick. Try to get as much as you can in there. You're not going to get the whole entire bottle because there's going to be some that's stuck to the side. If you have time, you can just leave it just sitting in there for a few minutes. 5-10 minutes, whatever. Let it finish draining. But this right here will be good enough. It's still draining. But that right there will be good. Try to keep it from going all over the place. Put the top back on. Throw that out of the way. I got a little oil filter. I cut the end off, keep it cut off so that way it'll flow a little better because it's small and it has a real narrow oil filter on it. So I could use a bigger oil filter, but anyway. Well, now I just take the oil and I overfilled this jug, so there's a little bit more than. See, this is 1 gallon, so there's supposed to be 4 quarts. So I probably got close to 4.5 quarts in this jug because I filled it all the way to the top accidentally. So just try to get it over. Yep, and I spilled a bunch. It'll be alright. Just smell some oil and probably smoke a little bit. So I put this whole jug in there. That'll be 4 quarts. Then I go over here and I'll show you about filling this jug back up. Or if you have 2 jugs, you're going to fill both of them up. So I'll do that. So I should be able to fill this jug up 3 times, guys. But I only want to put no more than 2.5. Because remember, I put that 1/4 of that Lucas in there. So what I'll do is I'll put one more full jug in there. Then, because I got oil in here now, so now I can, after I put that one, it may be a quart or 2 low. That ain't gonna hurt nothing to crank it up. Crank it up, back it back off the ramps if you're on ramps. If you're on jacks, just take it off the jacks. Get it back level, and then so that way you can crank the truck up, let it circulate through, and then because that's when you're gonna get your best reading. Don't just check your oil after you put the oil in it and then think it's good. Crank it up, let it circulate through, because then you're gonna come back and you're gonna be a little bit low. So, all right. So we're gonna go over here and fill that up one more time. All right, guys, maybe you can see that. We'll just come over here, put your jug under it, open that thing up. Uh-oh. Try not to waste anything. This stuff ain't cheap. Alright, so she's about full. And I just turn it off. And I filled it back up to the very top, so I put too much in it. So 2 jugs may be enough. Now I'm back over here. Fill some more up. I can do this without making a mess. And now I'm making a big mess. There we go. Guys, if I wouldn't have been recording this or telling y'all don't make a mess, I wouldn't have spilt the drop. Alright, got that done. Put my filter in here. Put my cap back on, get the raindrops off. Take my rag, try to clean up as much as I can. I can't get way down deep in there. So it's just going to smoke and smell of oil whenever the motor heats up. Alright, and now we got that done. Now I'm fixing to back the truck off the ramp. Alright guys, so just backed it off the ramp, and notice I let it sit there and run for just a minute. Let that oil circulate, and then cut it off, and then you come back and let the oil sort of drain back down. And just check your oil, make sure everything's good. Like I said, I've only put 1 quart of that Lucas, and then I put 2 gallons, so 8 quarts of oil. So it should be about a little bit over 2 gallons, so it should be about right. May need to add a little bit. I normally just pull the stick out
sort of glance at it, wipe it off, and then I'll put it back in, and then I'll get my actual reading. So that actually looks about right. Like I said, I overfilled that jug both times, so yeah, it's probably gonna be about right now. Check it one more time. Yep. So that'll do it. Alright, stick this back in here. I'm gonna wipe down some oil I spilt. And then we're gonna get it the fuel filter. Alright guys, hope you can see this. So I'm on the passenger side of the truck, fixing to do the fuel filters. I don't know if y'all can see. You can see that little wire right there. It's still hooked up to something, and I don't have anything it plugs into, and so I've never messed with it. If I can't find out what that goes to, so if y'all know, see if I can't pull this camera off. See if I can. See that wire right there? It's got two little wires coming out of it. It plugs in right there. I'm assuming there used to be something on here, like a sensor that reads back to the truck, and it's not on there. So this piece does not have it on there, so it doesn't plug up to anything. Does it go to that, or does it go to something else? I don't know. I can't find anything on it. So guys, if you can tell me what that goes to, let me know. I'd be interested to know. All right, let's put this camera back up, and then see if y'all can still see, hopefully. Now, the best way to get this filter out is on the passenger side above the wheel. Now, somebody had already cut out a little thing on this inner fender liner, and so it's easy to get to. Now, if this wasn't cut out, then you would have to take this inner fender out to get to it. So, yeah, see here. Maybe that's right. I'll just take my little oil filter wrench, and guys, I'm tightening it. All right, try this again. I think well, all I was doing is slipping on it. There we go. You do that, now you can reach in there and unscrew it. Now, whenever you put the new one back in, you're going to have to play with it a little bit, because you can't really see where the threads are up there. Just take it out, especially whenever you put the new one in, guys. Try to reach your hand in there. Try to find where the threads are, where that thread's in, and then so that way you're not putting the new one back in there and getting dirt and grime and all that stuff all around the seal and inside, and that way you can just try to put it right back up in there and screw it back on. So, all right, guys, hope y'all can see this. I don't have my vise mounted. I need to remount it somewhere. I had it on my truck, but. So I just take the filter, put it in here. This is the old one, so I ain't worried about it. Clamp it down. Now, take your pliers and get them adjusted right. Now, if y'all can see it, this piece right here is almost like a bolt. So just put it on there, and it may slip a little bit. I may have to adjust my wrench. Yep. So you got to take that little piece off, You ain't gotta get carried away with it, but because you don't want to break it. Alright. Return, take that off. Alright. So that's all it is, guys. And so you're going to have a seal on this. This is a new one, but also on the old one, which it came off, but you got a big seal that goes around there. Make sure that seal comes off on that new one, so that way again you're not putting a seal on top of a seal. So what I'll do is just take this old seal off this piece off, and it comes with new seals. On every filter it comes with a new seal for both pieces. So set that right there. Take my new seal, slip that on there. Wait a minute, I was putting it back on the old one. Don't want to do that. Alright. So don't get carried away clamping this one down, because you don't want to damage it. So just put this little drain cock, and also guys, if you want to like drain the water or something like that out, all you got to do is this. It'll turn. Yeah, I don't want to break it. It used to turn. There we go. So you can turn that, opened up, let the water drain out or fuel. Make sure though you got it back tight, so that way whenever you put it on and crank up the truck, it's not pouring fuel out. Yeah, just get that hand tight. Get my pliers on here. Now just sort of tighten it down a little bit. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go fill this up with fuel. Then take the new O-ring, no seal. Stick it down in there. Just be careful, it'll come off. And then same thing, wet that seal with some fuel. And then put it in there and put it back on. Alright guys, so I got the fuel in there. And I wiped down, or wiped over the seal. We'll figure out where that is. Basically, there's going to be like a little plunge or whatever. It's going to stick down in the center section. Your threads are going to be on the outside. So just get that little plunge stuck in that hole. And then figure out where I'm at. There we go. Just stick it up in that hole. And twist it. And tighten it down. Now you got to push up on it a little bit. Some of these new ones don't want to go too well. Yeah. See guys, I never had problems until I start making a video. Whew. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. So just get it hand tight. Take your pliers and just snug it down a little bit.
And there the door. Guys, for some reason, my plunger or primer on my pump, it's either not working or it's it just takes forever. I don't know, but I've sit there and primed and primed and primed, because one time I changed my filter and I didn't have no diesel, so, and I never could get it to crank. So I took the filter off, filled it up with diesel, and cranked right up. So we'll go show you. So she fires right up. All my lights are off. All right. So whenever you get ready to redo everything or reset everything, so right over here on the side, for your filters and all that stuff is going to be this button right here. So just hit that button until whatever pops up. So, or I think it's going to be that one. It may be the other one. Yeah. So oil filter life remaining 20%. So I changed my oil. So now what I want to do is I want to hit that bottom button, that check mark, and hold it down until it resets. All right, so now I'm at 100%. Go back up that second button I showed you. Hit it. See, fuel filter. I changed this fuel filter last time I changed my oil, guys. And I think within, it lasts a little bit longer this time, but usually within a few hundred miles, it comes on saying change fuel filter. So I don't know about that wire or whatever not being hooked up. I don't know if that's caused it, but same thing. Hit the check mark, hold it down, and boom, everything's reset. So that was off my last trip. So as of right now, I got 289,155 miles on this truck. So, all right, guys. So, hope to help somebody out doing all this. Like I said, guys, it's simple. There's nothing to it. Now, if you're an older person, you can't get up underneath there and do all this stuff. I completely understand, guys. I completely understand. So take it somewhere, do what you got to do. Pay your son or somebody to do it. Somebody that you, make sure if you do it, make sure you trust the person. Don't just take it to somebody and let them do it. Make sure you trust that person, whether it's a dealership, mechanic, whatever. Make sure you trust them. That's the big thing. If you're going to let somebody else do it, make sure you trust them. Because they'll tell you they done something and they didn't do it. I promise you. I promise you they will. So we got the oil change, oil filter, fuel filter, spin-on transmission filter. The only thing I got to do is I'm going to let the truck sit here and warm up and get hot, and then I'm going to check the transmission fluid. I didn't lose that much, so it should still be good. May have to add a little bit, but normally the other things that I check is, turn y'all around. I check, make sure my coolant level is good. Guys, I have been having to add a little bit of coolant to this thing. I think it's just basically working out the air pockets from whenever I changed the thermostat and the radiator. Because so far, last couple of trips, it hasn't. It's been full. So hopefully all that stuff's worked out. Guys, like I said, the only other things, I always check everything, check my belt. Of course, it's running. I'm not going to check it right now, but I mean, that's a brand new belt. I put it on the same time I changed the thermostat and radiator. Trying to think what else. But anyway, I check my air filter, and I always, every oil change, I always blow it out. If it starts getting real dirty, I replace it. But I always check that, guys. If your motor can't breathe, it's just going to be like you. It's going to die. So check your air filter. But again, guys, thank you for watching. To most of y'all, it's going to be simple.
Some of you may do it a different way. This is my way. This is the way I do it. No way's the right way. So unless you just really just screwing it up, but unless you don't know what you're doing. But everybody has a different way to do things, and that's fine. But take care of your truck, guys. Do your maintenance on it. Do your oil changes and all that stuff when you're supposed to. I need to get up underneath there and grease it. I have been lacking on that. And make sure you're greasing your truck. Make sure everything that's spinning and turning and moving and all that stuff, guys, that needs grease. So make sure all that stuff's done. Other than that, I always check my the air pressure and stuff on the tires. I do need to get my tires rotated, and I need to do that because the front ones are newer than the back ones, but they're still pretty much same tread. The back ones are running good. The front ones, I can tell they're starting to get some little dips and wearing on the outside and stuff like that. So I need to get them moved to the back and get everything smooth, because I do not want to ruin those tires. I want to get all the life I can out of them, and that's the thing about getting. That's how you get the life out of tires, is keep proper air pressure in them, rotate them like you're supposed to. I want to try to rotate mine after I sort of get back in the groove of doing it. I like to rotate them every oil change, so every 10,000 miles. Absolutely no more than every other oil change, so that'd be 20,000 miles. And your tires will last. So get you a good quality tire. Mine on the back are the Open Country, the Toyo Open Country AT3s. Whenever I got those, guys, I went up one size taller, and whenever I bought those tires. So whenever I went to go get my front tires, that was whenever COVID and all that stuff was going on, and you couldn't get anything. So I couldn't find them. I couldn't find that size tire. It was like an odd size. So I had to end up going to another one, and I tried to make sure that they was somewhat close to the same tread pattern, and because I wanted to try to keep that. So I went with the Falcons. The Falcon Wild Peak AT AT tires, the all-terrain. Whenever these completely wear out, whether I go with back with the Toyos, which I've had good luck out of them, they've done me good. I haven't had any problems. Or the I think C Farmer and Miss Tennessee and them, they've run these, and they seem to like them, get a lot of miles out of them. The BF Goodwrench, I think KO2s, I think that's what they are. I may try those. A little bit more expensive than the Toyos. I don't know. But whenever I go get new tires, I'm probably gonna go back down to the regular size that the truck calls for. So that way, hopefully, I don't have none of this mess again trying to find the right tire, an oddball size tire. So I think that's pretty much it. Just like I said, do your maintenance, take care of your truck. So yeah, hope everybody hope I helped somebody out. You already knew how to do this, and thank you for watching my video. But if not, hope I helped you out. So guys, if y'all don't mind, y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. Guys, I really appreciate everybody's support and supporting my channel, watching, subscribing, everything like that. Ever since within the last month, guys, starting back doing RV transport, my subscribers have went up a lot. So I really appreciate y'all guys watching my videos and subscribing. Guys, please keep subscribing, sharing my videos, telling everybody else about my videos, because because I still want to get up to that. I'm like in the 600 range right now. I still want to get up to that 1,000, if not more. So, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get off here. And there was something else I was wanting to say. I can't remember. My mind's just going bad, I guess. But I'll probably think of it sometime. But yeah, just keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, and we'll see y'all on the next one. So as always, y'all be safe. Semper Fi.